What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. This video is going to deal more with the psychological aspects of training. I got a whole lot of cool content on the way, informative content. You know, I got Eric Helms, Alberto Nunez, I got Vinny Rehab coming back. I got some special guests that have not been brought on before, something very cool, something related to weightlifting. Stay tuned, a pretty damn big name. We're getting it synced up. But this video today, you know, some of you guys like the informative content, the training, Q&As. This one I want to talk about the mental aspect, and really what I want to say at the end of the day when it comes to training, you should do for yourself. I've said that before, but I read a quote actually by Lane Norton that I thought was really good, and how essentially what we do in the gym should be so much more than just looking really ridiculously good looking outside of it. I think there's more things that we learn from the gym. So let me just read the quote and then I'm gonna go into it. Basically how, you know, bodybuilding is great, but how we should strive for more. And what he said is, he said, I think bodybuilding is great, I love the sport, it is still my first love, but for the life of me, I can't understand these people who think they're hot shit or the world owes them something because they built big muscles. I'm sorry, what have you contributed to society? What makes you special? If my only attribute was having big muscles, I would consider myself an enormous failure. Strive for more. Use the discipline and goal setting obtained from training to enhance other areas of your life. And I couldn't agree more from this. I think Lane Norton, I know he was injured recently. Sometimes when you're out of the game for a bit, you get a little bit more introspective. I certainly have been, and I really want to say that I'm going to talk about a bunch of different topics. But training for me is going better now than it has been in a long time, and that's because I'm really focusing on me. I'm doing essentially what I want to do, the goals that I have. I'm not doing it for anybody else, any other goal. I'm not doing it for YouTube. I do weightlifting because I enjoy it. Do I think I'm going to be a world-class weightlifter? Hell fucking no. Do I enjoy it? Hell fucking yes. So I'm going to do it. But things like I'm in 2016, I don't want to call things out, much like how Couch would say, Jeremy Hamilton, just let them happen. But I am going to be hitting some big PRs. PRs I haven't really hit in a long time, like on the main list. So I feel them coming because the base is being built. But really, when we talk about bodybuilding, when we talk about this quote right here, is that there's so much more, hopefully, that goes on in the gym that we take away from it than just looking good, trying to impress others, trying to, you know, impress someone out there. What we do, the discipline, the dedication, the desires that we build when we train, when we learn, you know, if you do something long enough, you're going to take away something from that and you can apply it to other aspects, that focus that you get, right? Knowing that you put in this much work and you get something out of it applies to anything. If you want to be great at anything you try and do in life, you need that dedication and that discipline. And because when it comes to fitness, it's physical, we can see it, it's tangible. You know, when it comes to maybe something like you want to be good at music, you got to practice it, but then you have to have the ear for it. So, well, am I getting better? Am I not getting better? When it comes to fitness, it's quite objective. I got stronger, right? I did this, got stronger. This was the result. I want to lose weight, I lost weight through going to the gym. I think these are important skill sets, the mindset that we build from it. But well, I was going to say, like I said this before, I've had to think about a lot of things over this past year after I got injured. There's so many people in the sport, and it's just the nature of it. You know, when you're trying to lift the most amount of weight, shit happens. I know recently Josh Hancock had to pull out from IPF Worlds because he injured his back. Lane Norton, like I said, same idea. And so really what I've thought about over this last little bit this past year is doing everything for myself, right? Thinking about the longevity, what I want to do. And so for me, it's I want to perform at the highest level that I possibly can while doing it under safe conditions. I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to be able to do athletic things. And as soon as I sort of switch that focus, and let me be real here, because, you know, being on YouTube, there's an expectation essentially every single year in order to lift, you know, more weight, become better, and that's totally normal. But sometimes we push, and I can say for myself, just in general, my personality, to push a little bit too much, right? Do maybe too many sets, train a little too hard, burn ourselves out, our body breaks down. That's what happened to me, essentially, when I went for that load and I injured my SI. And really, when you take a look at it, when you start doing that, you're eliminating the long run, your total potential, and then what you're doing, you're trying to get that quick, short reward, right? You're trying to lift more weight, and it can be hungry, right? It's very tempting. You want to lift that weight. You continuously want to lift more and more weight. But me now, what I'm focusing on, it's like, let me get my goals, let me do what I want to do. How am I going to achieve this safely? And so what happened over this last year, you know, I worked on the mobility. I have that video of me, like the overhead squat, you know, the weightlifting is coming along. I'm taking it slower though. That's the other thing. When I first got into weightlifting, I thought, man, you know what? 300-pound snatch, let's go. Right? So from the get-go, I started lifting way too heavy, not with improper form, but just like the snatch, grip, deadlift, and that shit would irritate once again the SI. Now I'm being smart. It's like, you know what? Learn this. Learn the movements. Be smart. Don't listen out there. It's like, oh, you got to do this by this date. It's like, just focus on yourself, try and get better, and the results will happen. And what has happened recently, you know, sumo deadlift. I haven't deadlifted before the last 3 months. I haven't deadlifted 4 or 5 in a year. I did sumo deadlifts 4 or 5 for 12 easy reps, beltless, no problem. So I really feel that the progress is being made. I feel that I can deadlift 600 pounds safely in the future now. Same idea when it is coming to the squats. I'm going to do 2 times body weight front squat, no belt. I do want to hit that 500 pounds high bar squat. I'm doing those pauses. Those are going well. The incline bench, I did 225 for 12 reps, 255 for 5 reps. Haven't ever done any of those things. Overhead press 155 for 10, 176 for 5 reps at a lower body weight. So I'm taking it slow, even when it comes to the cut. That's what I'm saying. Do all these things for yourself. Keep in mind what your goals are. So it's like, you know what? I want to maintain my strength as I do this cut. I don't want to become, and I have a tendency when I lose weight to become essentially smaller and just weaker. Kind of look a little bit better, but for what, right? I lost all my strength, so I'm being smarter. And so really when I say all these things, when I explain my journey, I don't really like to talk too much about myself because it's more about giving you guys information. But if I've learned something from my own journey I can share with you guys, that's pretty cool and I will do it. But what I'm saying is that I've learned along the way then that doing it for yourself, for the things that you enjoy, for the reasons that you enjoy, you'll not only accomplish your goals when you want, but you'll feel a lot better. You'll get that sense of satisfaction. When I lift a heavy ass weight, it feels really, really good. And so there's more to lifting than just the actual lifting or the results that it produces physically, right? How you look and the weights that you lift. It's the mentality that you get, that champion, I would say, mentality of trying to do something good and focusing on something, on that craft and becoming better at it. So really, honestly, I'm just in a good place because now finally things are syncing up. Took me a while to learn that, and since I've started focusing a little bit more just on my goals completely, right, like just doing me, and that's why I post on Instagram, I post on Snapchat a little bit of weightlifting, and I know because for a lot of you guys, maybe it's boring and you don't want to see it, that's totally cool. It's something I want to do, so I just do what I want to do. I also have other goals that are more in line with what people want to see, maybe getting stronger, you know, leaning out, and those are the things that I'll be showing. But taking the long approach, right, the smart approach, the long term, because like I said, I'm gonna be that jacked motherfucker. 60 years old, grandfather, looking good, okay? There's gonna be like a 30-something-year-old just looking like, what's going on? That's gonna be me, okay? Still no calves, but you know, in shape, healthy, longevity, becoming stronger and better over time. So that's all I really want to say. I thought that was a great quote by Lane Norton. Like I said, once for myself, when I got injured, I was a little bit more introspective, why I was doing the things that I was doing, what's the motivation, and now I'm fueled more than ever before with that internal motivation, doing it for myself. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Just thought I'd update you on that. If you guys like more of these psychological videos, maybe explaining some of these aspects or things I realized, make sure to like the damn video and leave a comment below what you want to see next. That's all the time we have. I'll be seeing all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!